Hi guys, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, evening to you. That depends on your location right now. God bless you for joining me once again. Yes, it's getting tougher right now. United States of America actually released a statement a couple of weeks ago where they said Nigeria is a terrorism country, and the country is using terrorists to actually wipe off or wipe away Christians, especially in the north. And when that particular information was released, federal government of Nigeria was proactive enough to actually counter that allegation, and they said, "No, Nigeria, we are loving people. We live together as brothers and sisters, and there is nothing like that. And that is just a challenge, and challenges some part of the nation. And after that time, federal government had a meeting with the religious leader from Khan and Islamic Association of Nigeria, and where after the meeting, both religious group actually came out to say that Nigeria, we are loving people and we live together as brother and sister. That the statement released by Donald Trump of United States of America about Nigeria is not the true picture of what is happening in Nigeria. Though they also accept the fact that though in some part of the nation we have issue with security, and which is understandable. Nigeria is not only the country that is having security challenge presently, and that was the statement released by the religious leader that was in Abuja for that meeting at that particular time. And we thought this issue has gone to rest until a couple of hours ago when a statement was released from the White House in United States of America by the President Donald Trump, where he said he's ready to invade the country with his military to tackle the issue of security and terrorism, especially in some areas where the Christians are being killed. And according to the White House statement, they said they are ready to invade this country, at least to help and to deliver the Christians, especially some part of the nation where they observe that particular matter. And since that a statement was released by United States of America, this actually divided a lot of people in Nigeria, especially on social media space, where some were happy with that particular statement and with that particular move, saying that that is not necessary and we are good enough to face our challenges and to face our battle. And they begin to cite the example of nations that United States of America has invaded, at least for the issue of security, terrorism. And we could see from the outcome of their action, that happy at the end of the day when the whole things turn out to be against their nations. That was the perspectives on social media space right now. Now, Madam Justadetoun has also come to actually speak about this. And this issue of United States of America statement has caused a lot of controversies on social media space. And according to her, recently, when this statement was released, we have seen federal government coming out every day to say something about this matter. And the question is that where was the Nigeria government when all those things were happening in the north, in some part of the north? And that is where Justadetoun is coming from. Now, she said a lot and she exposed a lot of things about this particular matter. She exposed federal government of Nigeria, and she also said a lot of things that need to be done right now, because if those things are not done, Nigeria is going.
Good morning, fellow citizens of Nigeria. My name remains Justadetoun. I cannot explain this period. I cannot define it. Whether it is a period of fear, a period of panic, or a period of liberation has come. President Trump, via a Twitter message, not entourage, not delegate expense paid trip, not letter, just a social media communication, has passed a message to us that they are going to release or coming to take our country, or there's going to be war. However he has put it, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu, you, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you boldly told all of us that you are tired of our insults, and then you have avoided social media at all costs because you don't want to have high blood pressure. Welcome, high blood pressure. That is supposed to kill only our president, but is about to gulp the nation at once now. Every day we come out on the space of this media, shouting, screaming, crying about insecurity on our children, about religion, about safety for our young girls and our boys, about the fact that people are dying in hunger. Our own government failed to listen to us. Lai Mohammed told you people a lie that everything is AI. You people think it's content creation. You people think it's clouting. You think we need attention, we need money, we are hungry. Not understanding that it is about humanity and our people. One man raised his voice against the killing of Christians. The whole world has listened to him. And Trump has shown the supremacy of power. And you people are still talking about sovereignty. There is nothing called political sovereignty. This is the voice of the lower level against the voice of the high and mighty. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu. I don't know how you became president, whether it is by hijacking or by rigging, or by ambition or by cruelty. But listen to the voice of the masses. Nothing must happen to us in this country. We have cried and screamed enough. It is not about APC. It is not about us as a family. This is not Lagos that belongs to you and I. This is Nigeria that belongs to everybody. This is the giant of Africa that all eyes are on us. All of a sudden now, the Minister of Communication knows where CNN is. All of a sudden now, you people now have become content creators like us. The official Asiwaju Tinibu page on Instagram was contracted to some people. The same Renomokri that told us that you are a drug baron. The same Renomokri that fights every political parties just to favor one person has suddenly become the mouthpiece of Nigeria instead of the president himself. When last did you grant presidential statements? When last did you engage journalists? When last did you do any presidential briefing? Trump communicated only through WhatsApp, through Twitter. The mouthpiece of the global face, of the global stage. You ignored everybody. Asiwaju, it is not about the ambition to become the president. Your ambition is supposed to be to serve Nigerians and save us. Have you forgotten in 2014, January 29, this same you, Asiwaju, during Goodluck Jonathan, you said it that they were killing Christians. Can you see the outcome of Muslim tickets? Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu, I don't know how you appointed Minister of State, Minister of Defense. Let me list them. Minister of Intergovernment. All of you ministers, I don't know who you paid to. I don't know who you found, how you found your way there. But it is either you resign now, or Asiwaju should sack you and let them employ competent people. Asiwaju, Nigeria must not go down. Nothing must happen to us. This is not about tribalism. This is about we as a nation. This is about our motherland. This is about the masses. This is about the insecure. Nigeria is no longer home. Everybody in Canada, America, everybody, they call those places their home because home is where there is safety. Home is where the government feels the pain of the common man. Home is where the government understands its responsibility and not its titles. Minister of Foreign Affairs, you failed to initiate contact with American counterparts. All of you, what you people have been doing, end this Boko Haram rehabilitation program. End Boko Haram rehabilitation program now. You are doing peace meeting. You failed to do peace meeting. You failed. Asiwaju, you have failed. The best thing for you to do now is to accept failure and begin to reconstruct and reconsider saving this country. Nobody should attack us. There is nothing called political sovereignty anymore. I wrote some things down. And I want you to interstate grazing should stop. Interstate grazing should stop with immediate effect. Publicly ban headsmen from carrying AK-47. This killing of Muslims has been going on. They call it Boko Haram. They call it insurgency. They call it all sorts. As you lay your bed, so you lie on it. You see, the way you sat down, the way you are looking, the way you portrayed yourself on the chair is the same way the international organization has snapped you and they are addressing Nigeria. You people now understand that this is a generation called woke. I call this English all the time. It is not about hierarchy of power. It is about listening to the masses. Are you willing to open your ears now? Are you willing to save this country? Asiwaju, nothing must happen to us. All of us are apprehensive now. Go to that page called Official Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu. Everybody is there now calling for Trump to make it faster than expected because everybody is tired. 61% of Nigerians are living in poverty. I did a video a few days ago. I told you 2027 should be the cheapest election. If only you listen to the voice of the people. You surround yourself with sycophants. People who cannot tell you the truth. People who don't give you daily briefings. People who don't understand, who don't report to you. Shayi, you go to the north all the time. You share rice, you share money to secure 2027 election. Have you for once told Papa that things are happening, that people are dying? Onyibo people do not understand massacre. They don't see it. It is not a norm for them. We have accepted dying daily. 700 and something die today, 500 die tomorrow. Our children are being molested. A whole Minister of Women Affairs told me a few days ago that I'm rude because I am asking for the state to take responsibility of Ochayan's death. Ochayan's death is just one out of millions of children that the society has failed. And how did the society fail them? There is this Child Rights Act that is supposed to be in effect, fully loaded. But we have a Child Rights Act that is empty and has failed thousands and millions of children. I've said it countless times. If I don't do cases of child molestation, I do nothing less than 4 million in a day. Minister of State, Minister of Defense, Minister of Intergovernment Affairs, Minister of Communication, all of you should get out of those offices. You are incompetent. Now you are running from pillar to post, but you ignore that we're shouting. You think it's easy to be shouting? You think it's easy to be coming on the media space all the time, complaining? You turn deaf ears to us. But the international society has not turned deaf ears because this is about we as human beings and not about we as Nigerians. This is not about we as APC. This is not about we as Lagosians. Asiwaju, I have told you countless times, you own Lagos. Nobody is contending with you. You don't own Nigeria. You cannot rule Nigeria the way you are ruling Lagos. You cannot give instructions in Nigeria. You have to listen to the people. Take the people's emotion, security, safety, voice into consideration. Look at where we are now. Asiwaju, nothing must happen to us. Nothing must happen to the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The blood of everybody is hanging on your neck. Our safety is hanging on your neck, Bogu. This is not about greed to gain power. This is the call to serve humanity. Accept defeat. Apologize to Nigerians. Seek for time. Begin to engage the journalists. Begin to engage citizens. This country is for us. It is ours. Ile mama waniyo, ile baba waniyo, ile oyin, ile wara. Nigeria, it is our own. It is not for we, the Asiwaju clan. It is not for APC. It is for the masses, the common man, the Muslims and the Christians.